Welcome. I'm E. Davis. I record under the name Striking Ghosts. That's my logo right there. That's why that's there. For this episode, I would like to do a few songs that are on my album Live and Active Cultures. Um, I think I've been asked why I named that particular album Live and Active Cultures. It contains a lot of songs on different instruments such as the sitar, mandolin, dulcimer, banjo, Cean. I think that's everything that's on there. I might have forgotten something, balaleka. Um, and I called it that because these are cultural instruments. They're instruments that you typically wouldn't find in the genre of music that I usually play, which is alternative rock and pop. And oh, you wait, is ukulele? No, that's another thing. Sorry. Um, and I thought I wanted to compile, the songs that I had written, most of them being instrumental, onto this one album. And it was kind of a play on yogurt, live and active cultures in yogurt, and cultural instruments. So it was just kind of a joke that only I'm gonna probably get, but I thought it was kind of funny. So um, for this episode, I'm gonna play the mandolin, and I'm gonna play the sitar. The sitar from India is such a magnificent instrument. I um I got this thing in my head a few years back that I had to have a sitar. I live in Los Angeles, and for some reason I wasn't able to find a sitar out here, at least locally. I'm sure I could have gone into Artesia or something and found a sitar. Um, and then I don't know, calling around. I can't even remember how this happened, but I found out about a store in San Leandro. I think it's basically near the San Francisco, Oakland area. I was going there to see a friend anyway, and I thought that's great. I'll make an adventure out of it. I'll drive to Northern California, and I'll also get a sitar while I'm there. And when I walked into the store, wow, they had all these great. They had the drums, the tabla. They had all these other great stringed Indian instruments, and I picked out a sitar, and that the thing is huge. I mean, yeah. I brought it back from there, and I've enjoyed playing it so much. I took some lessons from a person who lives out in the South Bay area near Redondo Beach. Showed me some basics, to get me kind of started with the instrument, and I kind of took it from there. Um, and when I haven't used it in public that much. I've used it as Teacher Davis when I've played for children because I want them to be fixated by how truly awesome. I mean, like awesome, like you're in awe of of this instrument, and I can tell them a little bit about how it's from the string family, and then play like a classic song, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or something, and show them how it sounds on this instrument, which is a real joy because you know I don't think anybody else is doing that. So I like to do stuff that separates me from the pack. So to be able to bring a sitar to a preschool or something and play a children's song on that is definitely going to make you stand out from the crowd. But besides that, I haven't really taken it out, and I take it out very seldom because it's so big, and you're afraid to bump into something, and then the thing goes out of tune. And we're talking about it's over here. Gosh, I think it was like 18 strings on this one or something around there. I don't know. And then you'd have to tune it, and just a bunch of stuff going on. But I'm gonna play um, a couple tunes that I wrote instrumental from Live and Active Cultures on the sitar. Usually I'm sitting on the ground with this instrument, But this is, yeah, it doesn't even fit into the camera, right? Here's the top, right there. I've got my Mizrab on my finger. I don't know if you can see that. The Mizrab is like the pick that you attach to your finger. There's a Mizrab. And yeah, I just love this thing. Okay, this is called Into. Like I should be burning some incense and all that, but you can do that if you're watching this. And that's Into. So yeah, so fun playing this instrument. And that is on the Striking Ghosts album, Live and Active Cultures, which is streaming on Spotify and everywhere else on the internet thing. Okay, so the other song I'd like to play from Live and Active Cultures, featuring the sitar, is Intro. This is called Intro. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes that are on the ground. So I'm not looking down like I'm like looking at gum on my foot or something. I'm looking down because that's where my notes are. Okay. Okay. This is Intro. that is intro on the sitar. Whoa, it's so fun to play this. You just really, I feel like I'm transported. I've never been to India, but I'm transported to somewhere. It's just that sound. It really never ceases to really startle me how you have all these different string instruments and you put them on different pieces of wood and you tune them to certain ways and they're next to other strings and then you play them and they all sound different. The banjo is a bunch of strings and wood on the bottom and the sitar and and they all sound different. Yeah, I know. It's just incredible. Okay, it's time to hear a few songs on the mandolin. Woo! Woo! Okay, this camera's weird. Okay, so this is the mandolin. This is featured on Live and Active Cultures. Wonderful 8-stringed instrument. What made me get one? You're probably thinking Led Zeppelin, but that was later. The thing that was most intriguing is again adding to my repertoire of instruments for my other, thing, my other musical project, which is being a teacher Davis at preschools, and showing kids another instrument. And it's a great instrument. You can translate any song that you're playing on the guitar to these other instruments that really focus on chords a lot, and it's interesting just to show them different instruments. You never know. I love that if I could inspire someone to play the mandolin later on, maybe among other instruments too. But what the other thing that inspired me to pick up the mandolin was probably REM. I absolutely was floored when I was back in, I think, oh gosh, when was it? About 1987, 1988, when I listened to Green by REM. And I was working at Music Plus at the time. It was a music store like the Warehouse. If you remember the Warehouse, it was like music. You might know Music Plus. And man, that album. And this is from, if you're an REM fan, sorry to upset you. I was never into them really before. I got into them through Eponymous, which I also heard at the store. And then around that same time, they did a brilliant move. They released Eponymous, which had most of the singles that they had released on their 5 albums before that. And they were just really starting to get more known because of The One I Love and songs of that nature. And then they came out with Green. And Green, as far as I remember, and this is just talking off the top of my head, yeah, that Green featured the mandolin. And I didn't know what that was. I just loved the sound of it. I loved the sound of it on You Are the Everything, on Hair Shirt. Obviously, after that, everyone knows 1991, the biggest year for REM, was Out of Time. And Out of Time featured probably their most popular song. It's definitely up there with Everybody Hurts, but Losing My Religion, and that features the mandolin. So it's great. It was great. And then, as I got more into the mandolin and I was because of REM, Led Zeppelin, it's great. They use on Battle of Evermore. And then obviously I was really pleased some years later to see Paul McCartney use it on Dance Tonight. I think that's the only time he's ever played the mandolin. Um, so it's so interesting when you see these artists who are mostly associated with the guitar and they get into this almost kind of folky thing, and it's just this really cool dynamic when they use the mandolin. Just love it, just love it. So yeah, it's a great instrument. I love bringing it around. I wish I could play it more um, out when I've done a show. I played it like once for a show where I did some cover songs, and this is great to play. What I would say for me personally, I I love playing REM songs on this, but I also, besides that, I love playing A Different Corner by George Michael on the mandolin and Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen, apart from Losing My Religion by REM. So, um, So anyway, so I wrote some stuff. So here is Civil War. This is called Civil War. In the midst of a battle for the commonwealth, here in an endless war with myself. Not sure how it all started, where it all began, but I'm certain that I was the one who dealt the first hand, and the hits are bare knuckle with weapons on both sides, all due to disagreements, betrayal and outright lies. In the midst of a battle for the commonwealth, here in an endless war with myself. In the midst of a battle for the commonwealth, here in an endless war with myself. It's the coldest one, yet invisible to all. Here it rages on until someone falls. It would all come to an end if we saw eye to eye, but neither wants to budge, so one will pay the price. In the midst of a battle for the commonwealth, here in an endless war with myself. In the midst of a battle for the commonwealth, here in an endless war with myself. I fight in the midst of a din. Who's gonna lose? Who's gonna win? The one who's disciplined, or the one who's pinned by sin? That is Civil War. So that's on Live and Active Cultures. It's one of the few vocal songs on Live and Active Cultures. I can't remember how many songs are on the whole thing. There's a lot because they're shorter. Most of them are instrumental. I think there's only 3 that are vocal, and this is one of them, Civil War. And here's another vocal one. Excuse me, I'm looking at my notes. This is called Old Country Road. And so Civil War is about the fight that's within you. Old Country Road was just about, I don't know. I think I must have written about getting out of my hometown, but I really didn't think about it till probably later. But it could be about anybody. It could be about anybody who has big dreams and just is in a small town where those big dreams won't come true. So they want to go to a big city and make it big. I was born in this town and raised with no crown. Now I'm just a little older. It's all dragging me down. I've been to all these places. I've adored so many faces. Now it's time to pack my bags, tightly tie up my shoelaces. I'm taking that road, it never gets old. It's paved with gold. I'm taking that old country road for stories untold. And I'm feeling bold in the heat and cold. I'm taking that old country road. I'm smiling from ear to ear. There's nothing for me here. And if I don't leave now, my hope will turn to fear. However far I go, I cherish every memory so. Sometimes they might call me back, but the answer's always gonna be no. road. I'm taking that old country road for stories untold. And I'm feeling bold in the heat and cold. I'm taking that old country road. I'm taking that old country road. I'm taking that road. It never gets old. It's paved with gold. I'm taking that old country road for stories untold. I'm feeling bold in the heat and cold. I'm taking that old country road. I'm taking that old country road. I'm taking that old country road. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm taking that old country road. Oh, yeah. I'm taking that old country road. Oh, oops. That is Old Country Road. It's fun to play. And that is another vocal song on Live and Active Cultures. And there's one more song I'd like to perform on the mandolin. I know exactly where this one came from. When I was in high school in Reno, Nevada, we went on a field trip. I don't know if it was my junior or senior year, I can't remember. But they took us to the Donner Trail. And they told us all about the whole Donner Party story. And I don't know, my naive young 16, 17-year-old mind was pretty blown away by this whole story. I didn't doubt it, I just couldn't believe it. So one day, picked up the mandolin, started writing the song called The Donner Party. And again, it's, you know, I can tell you, I like to write about myself. Who doesn't? But I also like to write as if I'm other people. And I'm sure I got that from a lot of other singers and songwriters growing up. But one of the biggest has got to be Bruce Springsteen, for me at least. When he has written in another person, as a character, especially on albums like my favorite Bruce album is Tunnel of Love. If you're out there and you are going to give me flack because your favorite is Born to Run, well, sorry, I love Tunnel of Love. And anyway, he's just written character pieces throughout his illustrious career, and I'm sure there are other artists, but I can definitely tell, with him. And on a side note, I might as well just throw this in. I respect when artists do that and they write, in the, when they write as somebody else. There's always been this big hubbub over One in a Million by Guns N' Roses. One of my favorite songs of theirs of all time. Yet when they re-released, I thought it was Appetite or something, it was originally on GNR Patience, but they took this song out because it offends people, because of what he says about minorities and what he says about, people that, homosexuals, or I just thought, okay, you could look at it as that's Axl talking, getting off the bus and seeing these people that he's just so not used to coming from the small town he came from. But it could also be written as a character piece that he might actually be writing from the point of view of somebody who thinks that way. And is that the most brilliant way of thinking about people? No, but that's a person's perspective. That's a person who is xenophobic or homophobic or whatever. And if you really look at the lyrics, it's not that disparaging. I see it as that's artistic license, and that should never be taken away. I don't think it's really denigrating either of those groups of people. It's just giving a perspective. Anyway, I way digress. I am sorry. I just wanted to throw that in there if we're talking about character pieces. Anyway, this has nothing to do with that. I don't think anybody's going to be offended about this at all. So this has nothing. Hey. In this cold Nevada winter world, I've traveled the hardest miles. This escape is now hopeless fate. All our food gone, along with our smiles, along with our smiles. We have nothing, and we need something. We are suffering tonight, tonight. Lord, forgive us. See us as the helpless. What else can we do to stay alive, to survive? Quickly, thoughts turning, stomach starts churning. Horrible ideas enter reach of our heads. We, the survivors, will surely join the inspired if we don't make sustenance out of the dead, out of the dead. We have nothing, and we need something. We are suffering tonight, tonight. Lord, forgive us. See us as the helpless. What else can we do to stay alive, to survive? We have made a choice for long mortality, but at a cost, for we've lost our humanity. But we need to eat. Oh, we need to That is the Donner Party. As you can see, I did not write that about me. I'm not eating people, and I hope I didn't offend any cannibals out there. So those are songs from Live and Active Cultures. Thanks for listening to those. I think we'll end this little episode with some songs on another favorite instrument of mine, keyboard, piano. Keyboard, one of my favorite instruments to play, probably one of the first instruments I ever learned. And I'm going to play some piano versions, keyboard piano versions of um, songs from an album that I really, really treasure called From a State of Flowers. These are songs that I wrote in the State of Flowers, which is Florida. That's right. So it, I really enjoy playing songs from this album. Uh, there was a time I totally forgot I wrote these songs. And then I looked them up and I thought, oh, this makes a great album. And it really does capture a time of my life. Um, it was a really special time. I went, my mother uh, grew up a little bit in Miami. So I thought, let's go together and show me some of the things that you remember as a child. And while we were there, the downtime I had, I would do some writing. And um, I think it was, yeah, it was just I had some songs and I thought, oh, they fit really well as an album. So all right, so this is The Way of the World. I've seen the way of the world where I fit in. I've seen the way of the world. How do I begin? Now I get how it was. It's where all my pain lurks. See how it goes around and what people are worth. Now I get the behavior. It doesn't depend on a savior. She's with him, he's with her. It's all about the penis and labia. I live a life so unsatisfied. At times I wonder, why haven't I died? I've seen the way of the world. Where do I begin? I've seen the way of the world. How do I fit in? I've seen the way of the world. Where do I fit in? I've seen the way of the world. Where do I begin? All the girls for which I lost, juicy booty and outrageous bust. They rush like gold in for the same man. I am trampled and turned to dust. I ask myself, how do I obtain a desire like that where it's always the same? No looks, 0 glances, negative smiles. So my desperation is in vain. I live a life so unfulfilled. At times I wonder why I haven't been killed. I've seen the way of the world. How do I fit in? I've seen the way of the world. Where do I begin? I've seen the way of the world. Where do I fit in? I've seen the way of the world. Where do I begin? Oh, I've seen the way of the world and I'm not winning. I've seen the way of the world, but I'm not quitting. I've seen the way of the world and I'm not winning. I've seen the way of the world, but I'm not quitting. Usually I play that on the guitar. That's very interesting to play it on the piano. Oh boy. This next one is Ocean. Kind of a play on the name Sean and Ocean. Okay. I think I'm ready. If you see me looking over, looking at my lyrics and chords. Ocean, let's go away this morning. The land enough, a haunting, problems will drift out to sea. Ocean, ocean, let's go swim away this noon. Come take me from your lagoon. I know all the tears I shed will rest in peace in your bed. Woo. Ocean, ocean, can you pull me in tonight? In your depths, give me a light. I know your sound and how it soothes and heals the beast that ruled my youth. For so long, I've been wrong. So leave me on until it's gone. Ocean, ocean, I'll dive into your depths. Why not? I've got nothing left. Circle me in your tidal waves. Force me to see in a different way. For so long, I've been wrong. So leave me on until it's gone. For so long, I've been wrong, so leave me on until it's gone. Yeah. That's Ocean from the album From a State of Flowers. I'd like to play one more song for you this wonderful evening. If it's evening where you're watching, or maybe afternoon, or maybe morning. Waking up with striking ghosts in the morning. What a wonderful feeling. Just get you ready for the day, put on your favorite shirt, put on your favorite accessory, and listen to some striking ghosts, because I'm right here. All these videos. So yes, this next one is Southernmost. So when I went to Florida with my mom, we drove down to Key West, and we went to that landmark near the Hemingway house. It says this is the southernmost point, closest you can get to Cuba. So that I don't know, that inspired a song. And this is the song I came up with. So, okay, gotta get this right. All right, this might take a while. Are open and I can't feel, but my hands are too. I turned away, I can't go back there. I don't know how to change me and you. I cannot hear, but my ears are clean, and I can't sense, but my mind is on. too. I've turned away. I can't go back there. I don't know how to change me and you. I cannot hear, but my ears are clean. And I can sense, but my mind is on. I've locked the door, repressed all my love. The past has passed, me and you are gone. I can be as far away as the ocean, but I'll see something, and it's another reminder of a time you and I were together. But since then I've grown numb and less kinder. I cannot see, though my eyes are open, and I can feel, but my hands are too. I've turned away, I can't go back there. I don't know how to change me and you. I cannot hear, but my ears are clean, and I can sense, but my mind is on. I've locked the door, repressed on my love. The past has passed, me and you are gone. And that's Southernmost. And those are all songs on the piano keyboard that I wrote in Florida, and they are on the album From a State of Flowers, which is available on streaming platforms. Thank you so much for listening. I'm E. Davis. I recorded under the name Striking Ghosts. That's my musical project. And I hope you enjoyed listening. And hopefully you'll subscribe. I'm supposed to say all that razzmatazz, right? Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up, all that stuff. Yeah, if you can do that, great. You know why? Because I really like it. It really helps me feel good that maybe I, can make a living at this. And maybe your thumbs up, maybe your notification, maybe your subscription will help me get there to enough viewers that I can get paid by YouTube, or that I can get discovered, unquote, and somebody can give me a chance, so anything you can do like that, the effort you make, I appreciate it on a personal level. So I'm not just saying it because it's part of the script. I'm saying it because it would really help this musician right here to hopefully be heard and make a living. Thank you.